Welcome to Potion Sword Run. In this episode, we're going to be talking caca about the Nintendo Switch 2 again. Why? Because they deserve it! Just look at the Nintendo Direct that they just released.
To stoke your campfire, place logs based on the fire's strength. Let enough oxygen flow through and maintain the right amount of heat. Don't let wet logs dampen your fire. Dry them before tossing them in the flames. And when you want to create an even bigger fire, just blow on it.
All those games that they announced are going to come out for the Switch 1 practically. And the thing is, on the Switch 1, the game is actually on the cartridge, on the card. Where most of the games that were announced during Direct, third-party ones, are on game key cards for the Switch 2. Meaning the game isn't on there, you have to download. It's a digital copy with a fake freaking cartridge. That's all it is. Like, I don't want to go buy that. And to buy it used, even worse. So unless you want to buy your games digitally, and not only that, like half the games they announce are like last generation games that people already played on next gen systems that look better, run better. What are we doing here? Like, you guys are in denial. This has to be the worst freaking launch for a system ever. Only 2 exclusives? First party ones from Nintendo, and not even the bangers at that. Mario Kart World Tour that ended up being like a half-baked Mario Kart. Just throwing in gimmicks to throw in gimmicks and call it a, an achievement or something. And Bonanza, not even being a true Donkey Kong game. Look at that. That was a Mario Galaxy game that they reskinned. Simple as that. And that's why it plays like a Mario Galaxy game. Sure, it might be fun for a Mario Galaxy game, but it's definitely not a Donkey Kong game. Denial. Denial across the whole board. They show like games like the camping fire shit with the camera like that. You really want to hang out with your friends with the faces floating like that in 480p? Like, okay. Like, what are we doing here? Denial, 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 all across the board. And like, even Octopath Traveler 0, which is fine, RPG. It's like, they ran that shit to the floor already. This is the third, fourth one already? And not only that, it's like, all those games are starting to look all the same. Just like the Metrovania things, it's like, come on, guys. Where's like, the fun and the creativity, especially for a Nintendo console? That's the thing. Like, the best thing that they showed was probably Katamari Damacy, Once Upon a Katamari, but even then, that game's already old as well. The Hyrule Warriors is probably the best thing they've shown, but come on, man. It's like, you're gonna really go buy a Switch 2 for that? Especially when it's on the Switch 1. It's denial across the board. That's all I can say. It's like, I'm a freaking gamer. I love Nintendo. I love Nintendo franchises. But I look at all those games that were announced, and no, none of them want to make me go buy a Switch 2. Mario Kart didn't do it. Bonanza didn't do it. You think these games are going to do it? And like, where's the new games? Third-party publishers? Like, where's the new franchises? Where's the new ideas? It's sad what gaming has become, and it's sad that people, Nintendo fans especially, celebrate it instead of giving them criticism. It's like, people out there, Nintendo fans, like the fanboys saying this was a good freaking Direct. It's like, what are we talking about here? Really? I mean, they're just like run-of-the-mill games. I mean, sure, like Monster Hunter is like a big franchise, but even then, that's played out already as well. Like Persona, like how many times are gonna reach Persona on everything? So I don't even know. Like, I really don't know. It's like, either you guys are all just full of shit. I'm living in a bizarro world. Like swallowing that hard pill is, it's hard to swallow the pill knowing that you guys are pretty much just getting ripped off. Like, just buying hardware that shouldn't be put out in the first place. Like the Switch 2, that shouldn't have been put out in the first place in the state that it was. Switch Pro at best, man. Like, anybody who hasn't bought a Nintendo Switch 2, put it off. Wait till the Switch 2 Pro comes out, which will essentially be the Switch 2. Because what this is, these games that they're showing us, like, it ain't it, guys. And for those of you that are saying that it is and excited for this, you're in denial. Simple as that. There's no other way to explain it. That direct was boo boo across the board, caca. Like no big heavy bangers either. Like no small like awesome indie games. Like nothing innovative. All just crapola. And just like I even wrote them all freaking down. Cause I was like, hey, you know what? There's probably gonna be some cool shit on there. You know, something I might want to talk about. First of all, Tamari, I said it. They had Just Dance, Monster Hunter, Dragon Ball Striking Zero. It's like a fighting Dragon Ball game. How many freaking fighting Dragon Ball games like are they gonna release? Like I understand, you know, like Street Fighter has like so many, but Dragon Balls is like, especially how they all look and play the same. Plants vs Zombies. How old is that freaking game? FC 26, Pac-Man World, and we gotta understand is that none of these games that they announced, Pac-Man World, are on the freaking disc. Octopath Zero, not on the disc. Final Fantasy Tactics, Persona 3 Reloaded, not on the disc. Like I said, Hyrule Warriors are only like maybe good looking game only because it's based on Zelda. Madden 20, oh my god. Chilling by the Fire, like what the hell is that shit? Exclusive for the Nintendo Switch 2. Is that gonna be the banger that makes us buy a Nintendo Switch 2? Hella. Epic's Legends, Star Wars Outlaws, Chronos, and Yakuza. I mean, and then they had the Octopath Traveler, and then what? Elliot? I mean, Elliot looks fine, but I mean, like, how many of those type of RPGs are we really gonna fall in love with and play? When they just start becoming like run-of-the-mill type of RPGs. And I understand making video games is hard, especially for new studios out there, indie studios. So like, you know, they kind of do the true and tried and true, however the expression goes. But I don't know. From what I see from Direct, from what I see from when they're announcing for third-party games and how they're announcing them and how all of those games are on game disc, on key cards, not actually on there, so you have to actually download it. Just reaffirms my decision not to get a Switch 2 at launch. Like, what Nintendo? Like, what are you guys doing? And like, they know what they're doing. They're trying to maximize profit across the board. And I just don't understand how you Nintendo fans and just gamers out there who think they're objective are just gobbling up this corporate bullshit. You know, it's like, that's all it is. Corporate bullshit. They don't want you to own your games. And I'm all for fucking digital games and Game Pass and renting and shit. But for all that brouhaha and noise on gamers out there about having, you know, their rights to games and they let this shit pass from Nintendo? Come on now. Craziness going on in the world. But it is what it is. Nintendo just released Direct. It's crapola across the board. Now, some of those games, yeah, I mean, play them, cool. But they're not system sellers. You don't go buy a $500 system for this freaking shit. Especially when half of those games are on the Switch 1. And on the Switch 1, the games are on the freaking disc. But not on the Switch 2? You want to buy an expensive system, a more expensive system, more expensive game for less? When it comes to actually owning it physically, you know? Like, we're going backwards here. We're just making shit up as it goes. Like, there's no standards. Like, someone has to step in and regulate, which I don't like, you know, regulators. You know, government stepping in, but come on, these corporations ain't gonna do it. And gamers ain't gonna do it. Oh, taking games back. Shut the fuck up, nerds. That shit ain't gonna work. You know, you gotta lobby. You gotta put your money where your mouth is. And shit. I mean, there's no winning battle against Nintendo. They're gonna do what Nintendo's gonna do, just like, you know, they all do. So just enjoy your games where you can. You know, buy them on the Switch 1 if you can. Even if like they're not gonna look that much better on the Switch 2, get the Switch 1 version. It might run better on the Switch 2. I'm sure it will. So I mean, I would probably be doing that if I had the option of buying a Switch 2. I had a Switch 2. I don't have a Switch 1. But if I had a Switch 2 and I had the option to buy a Switch 2 game without the game on the disc, or a Switch 1 game, same game, but with it on it, maybe slightly less graphics or fidelity, I would definitely go with the one on the disc. That's just me. I know my system's going to probably upgrade it. Maybe next upgrade when it has the actual Switch 2 Pro, might even look better then. So I'm willing, especially with Nintendo games, how they're graphically behind either way, I'm willing to take a slight hit for just having the actual game on the disc. But that's just me, and that's because I'm not in denial of what Nintendo is doing. And what Nintendo is doing is screwing the people who are essentially their customers, their biggest fans. But you guys take it, so they're gonna keep on giving it to you. I'm gonna leave it right there. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Remember, always be kind to yourself and enjoy your life. And I'll meet you right there. But not right there with Nintendo. That shit. Peace.